Hello everybody and welcome Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of FNAF episode 3 of FNAF UnUnsolved. This video was going to be which animatronic from Five Nights at Freddy's 3 would replace Kevin McAllister from Home Alone the best. And while it would have been Phantom Marionette, I had an interesting question come up in my last video's comments. No, the purple guy one about 9/11. This comes from Ben Welsh 5265, where he suggested a video on why Five Nights at Freddy's 1 has no pooping on the floor sign. Now, I thought this was very interesting because I thought it was pretty well common sense. Obviously, you don't poop on floors, but obviously Ben needed some help understanding that, which I get it. We've all been there. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 on, I forget which camera it is. It's in the right hallway. No, the left hallway. There's a rules and safety poster, and it says things basically like, leave before dark, because Freddy will fuck you or something. Don't run, don't yell, don't touch Freddy, because he will bite you in 87. And rule 4 is don't poop on the floor. Thank you, management. So, no pooping on the floor. What caused this? So, we see this in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, so obviously something must have happened for them to feel this was necessary. Same with everything else, obviously. Don't hit, because hitting is bad. Ringo would probably need to learn that lesson. And leave before dark, or else you're Freddy Fazbear. But don't poop on the floor. Somebody must have pooped on the floor. It only makes sense. But what evidence do we have to this? Well, there are no wet floor signs on the floor in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which means it must have happened before. Now, in the timeline we have, there are only 2 games that come before Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And those are Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we're going to get to that one in a second. But Five Nights at Freddy's 4, just to be debunk, there's no wet floor sign. We don't see any evidence of somebody pooping on the floor unless the crying child was pooping on the floor after he got bitten by the bear. And he pooped because he died. So, I doubt it's that. So, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, this is where the answer is. Because in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, on the right-hand side from your office, camera 2, this room has a wet floor sign in a party room. Now, there are multiple reasons it could be here. However, it is this one section. And that leads me to believe this is where the kid pooped on the floor in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, as we discussed in past videos, is a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which means it comes before in the timeline, likely 1987, as that's when Foxy bit the Jeremy Fitzgerald. So that means that this is likely what happened, and we don't see any rules chart in this FNAF, so it's likely that this is what caused when they did the, quote, renovations for Five Nights at Freddy's 1, that they would put this here just so that it doesn't happen again. It fits the timeline, it fits perfectly. And it just makes perfect sense. But yeah, that's my theory. So a kid pooped in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, a sign got put up in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And with that, I'll see you next time when we talk about which Five Nights at Freddy's character would make the best candidate for the upcoming election. See ya.